Dragons fans? Brad from the Dirt Podcast joining you again. We are down here on the field at Dayton Ballpark getting ready to take another lap around the horn. Today we're joined by Dragons first baseman Ruben Ibarra. Ruben, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Of course. Happy to be here.
All right, let's take a walk here. We're starting off in your area. Now, before we got on camera, we were talking about baseball as a game, right? And the love that you have for it. Give us a look. It's like, what do you love so much about this game as a player?
I love stepping into the box. I love running over to first base. I love looking at the fans, having the fresh cut smell of grass, mixed in with some food coming in from the concession stands. It's super intoxicating. It's a feeling that you just want to repeat over and over again.
It's a lot better work environment than most people get to enjoy, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's very gifted, but it all comes from the man above. So, you know, all this is temporary as long as I can do everything like it's the last time I'll ever do it.
Man, that's an awesome way to look at it. So you talk about, we talk about this being your workplace, right? And it's a great place, but that doesn't mean it doesn't come with some challenges, right? You've had challenges in your career. What's that like for you? How have you learned to overcome the things that don't necessarily go your way on a ball field?
You know, to say that I can do it by myself is a lie. I have to call my dad. My dad's my number one guy to go to. And he tells me the same thing every time. You know, you show me a guy that bats 1,000, bats, perfect, is in the field and everywhere else, then I'll be mad at you for failing. But until then, I don't care. Did you have fun? The main basic questions that are fundamental, and sometimes it's like, you know what, it's right. It's an uncontrollable thing, you know? And if it's not a part of his plan, then it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you got a great support staff at home, family?
Yes, my mom, my dad, I got 2 younger brothers, I got Brittany, I got my little dog Nala. So life is pretty good on my side, you know?
Man, that's great. So when you have some of those moments, right, you go to family, but you have some of these things where it's not just necessarily a slump, right? It's physical. Last year, you were up here in Dayton, got hurt and missed the second half of the season after, a collision over there at first base. Mm-hmm. How do you mentally tackle something like that when you're like, hey, how do you stay in the moment when you know like you've got to work your way back and it's going to take a little time?
It's a tough one for sure, because you think about this game, you get so invested into it and your heart belongs into it, and for it to get taken away like that is very frustrating. With that same thing, going back to all the basic fundamentals I have, going back to my support system back home and talking to them a lot, and I feel like my heart is just too involved in this game to really lose faith in that. So I was able to manifest division, put myself back in this environment over and over again.
That's awesome. And you got a great team around you this year too, right? Like obviously you're a guy who likes to have fun on the field. We can all see it from the stands. We see it down in the dugout. But you're not alone this year, right? It sounds like there's a lot of guys on this team like to have as much fun as you. What does that do for a team when you've got that many guys that are all having a good time down there, even while you're working hard?
You know, it's just on top of more intoxicating of what the environment is already, you know? It's so positive, it can be very breathtaking, it can be very suffocating depending on what the environment is, but when you come into the dugout and you're with your boys, life's pretty good. It doesn't matter what happens, you can strike out, you can get out, make the final out, whatever the case may be. You get in that dugout, 20 minutes, whatever, X amount of time goes by and the boys are still there for you, so it's good. I'm not too worried about it. Everyone's having a good time trying to get through the season just like we're all doing.
That's awesome, man. Awesome way to spend a summer. Well, thanks for joining us today. Best of luck with the rest of the season. We hope it keeps going awesome for you guys.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.